involved in that. Michael, 50 years ago when you started, the world was in a completely different shape.
Rather surprised, I think, because yes, it's that curious thing that what's meant to be an entirely ephemeral sort of career lasting 3 years maybe. When I left college, my year master said, don't worry, you can go off, give it a year and come back. Well, 50 years later, I think they're probably not expecting me now.
Well, I think the thing about Pink Floyd are that they have, right from their earliest beginnings in the 1960s, fused what they look like on stage and how they present their music through their albums and album covers, the vision with the sound. Well, there might be. There is. Just as you talk about things more, you see what captures people's imagination, what's a bit too complicated in a few sentences. We're in one of the first rooms of the exhibition, and here we look at how the band became the darlings of the underground in the late 60s. And this, of course, was a period when music was not just representing the change that was going on in society, and that was a massive change, but was actually leading that change. And Pink Floyd, most of the members found themselves in London by the mid-60s. They started making their quite experimental music and became successful and a cult group really around the time they started playing at the UFO Club, which this is a representation of.
There's elements I like all the way through. I do like the idea of starting with the van, which was our very first sort of band van that I remember quite clearly because it used to break down a lot and cost 20 quid. And the guy who sold it said that's with new boots and blood, which was meant new tires and a tax disc.
There are fantastic objects here that haven't been seen in public because the band themselves they actually didn't think they had enough to do a complete exhibition, but actually once everybody started looking around, they had fantastic things. But what we have also done is presented the collaborators, the people they worked with so closely to realise their visions. So the graphic designers, the photographers, the filmmakers, the architects, the engineers, and we have sketches and designs and lyrics, a fantastic collection of musical instruments and technology all on show here.
My name is Ray Winkler and I'm the design director on the studio.
That's something you were really focused on, kind of making things really big and bold.
When you see the modulation through the exhibition where you go from small to large to really large, back to very small and intimate, from black and white to polychromatic, that's where the joy of walking through the exhibition really is.
We started filming on the wall. We initially filmed quite a lot of live material in Earl's Court, and then that got scrubbed because we went with the Alan Parker route eventually. So there's some clips from that, for instance, that certainly I hadn't seen for years.